Bonjour everybody. I'm going to be baking a Christmas ham like I do every single Christmas. This year I thought I'll just film it and put it on YouTube. And some of you who know my channel are wondering why I would do a Christmas ham, because I'm all about gardening and fruit trees and things. Well, this is going to be a chili pineapple allspice glazed ham. And I have grown the chili, the allspice, which is this leaf right here, and the pineapple. Well, obviously this one's from a tin. I am growing pineapple. So yeah, it's in 2 stages. So before I get to the glaze, let me just tell you what I do with the ham. First of all, you want to get a good, decent ham, right? So, and you want to remove the skin. So how I tell the ham is good is don't go to your main supermarkets. You gotta go to a butcher, you gotta drive out of the city, get it from a small country butchery or something. So yeah, you just peel the skin off, just use your fingers. And how I know how I choose my ham, I like to choose one where the skin is the darkest, because then I know that they've used a lot of wood smoke. Yeah, so you just want to peel off the skin. And we're going to bake the ham first in this first stage. So I'll score it, bake it, and then I'll make the glaze, and then we put the glaze on while it's still in the oven. Okay? Okay, to score it, you can do it anyway. I always do diagonals because it just looks a bit pretty. And you just go in to the meat about 1 centimeter in. And I like to do about 1 inch across, so they're like big diagonals. This is not a roast pork where the skin is, you're gonna get it crispy, where you only want to cut into the fat layer, right? You can actually cut into the meat a little bit, so it's not too difficult. So just like that. It's obviously easier to use a small knife when you're doing these type of things. And then just score it the other way. Okay, so now you're just gonna put a little bit of salt on it, and we're going to chuck it straight into the oven. The oven is at 200 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. A hot oven, and this will cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. So you want the fat to start rendering down, and you want it to just start getting a little bit golden. While that's baking, you start preparing the glaze. So you prepare the glaze, you cook the glaze, melt it down, and then we start basting. So I'll chuck this in the oven. Oh, and you have to keep some of the skin as well. So I'll just put this to the side, and I'll chuck this in the oven. We'll be back. Okay, this is the glaze. You're gonna use about 200 grams of butter. And I've got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of just normal, regular granulated sugar. This is 2 tablespoons of honey and 2 tablespoons of golden syrup, which is more that molasses type flavor. And then I've got 2 heaped tablespoons of soy sauce, just standard soy sauce, not dark. Actually, I put 2 different types of soy sauce in there because, you know me, more extra. We're going to use the 1 tin of pineapple, just the sauce, what do you call it, the syrup that it comes in. So that goes in. And then we've got orange juice. This is my last remaining orange, my tree. Just 1 orange. A little bit of dry sherry. So you need a little bit of alcohol. You don't need a little bit of alcohol, but alcohol is always good in marinades, and it helps enhance the flavor of the meat. So this is a dry sweet sherry. So just like a dash, like a shot glass. You can use red wine, or you can use rum or bourbon or whiskey or anything like that. And then this is 2 allspice leaves. I might film a little thing of it. This is the allspice tree I have. It's just a little bendy trunk here. So I've got these, and you're just gonna need a couple leaves. So I'll take that one, and maybe this large one here. Oh, actually no, I'll take the other one. So one thing about allspice is you use the fresh leaves. It's not like a bay leaf to use the brown leaves. So the brown leaves actually lose a lot of their scent. So you have to keep just pick a nice green one. Yeah, so you just sort of give them a slap, bruise them, go in. So the allspice is pretty much the only spice other than cloves, but cloves are going on the outside, right? So allspice has, what is it? 5 things. What is it? Nutmeg, pepper, cinnamon, and clove, and ginger. Actually, there's a little bit of ginger in there as well. And then some chili. Just got 1 chili. That's just a little to like excite your palates a little bit, and it's also from my garden. And then you cook this down until it becomes like a caramel thick type of glaze. So the ham is in the oven in a way, browning up. And then this should take about, I don't know, anywhere from like 15 to 20 minutes. So you just want to put it on the stove and then just stir it a little bit until it becomes a nice syrupy thick consistency. And then we start basting. Right, it's been 15 minutes. This is what the glaze has become, just a lot more syrupy and thicker. I picked another 2 allspice leaves because I wanted to be a bit more allspicey. And the oven, the ham is perfect now. Oh, look at that smoke. So she's gonna come out now too. Oh la la. So now we're going to put cloves in it to decorate it, and the pineapples. Now the cloves, I like to just choose the larger ones, like these big ones, and then you just skewer them right in the middle of your square that you've made, with little cubes. Okay, so the pineapples, you're just going to put pineapples on like that. Just a few. If they're falling off, you can use toothpicks to plug them in. Will that one stick? I think so. All right, so the caramel is done. It took about an extra 5 to 7, 8 minutes. So this is about 15, this was about 22, 23 minutes. So you're supposed to get it to this thick, glossy, it's like a caramelized pineapple glaze, right? You know when you're making caramel, it's that similar consistency. I removed the allspice leaves, and like I said, I picked up 2 more, so there's 4 in total. So these are the spices that you would use if you don't have an allspice tree, because obviously people don't, it's not common to be able to grow allspice trees. So it's nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and pepper. So if you don't have an allspice tree, you use all those spices, right? Well, yeah, other than an allspice spice. Okay, so I'm gonna base this on. I've got the skin here. So this is the one that I peeled up before. So these will you just put it on the bottom. So this is just some fat that's dripped off the ham. So once I start basting the ham, all more fat and drippings will drip off. And once it mixes with this caramelized pineapple chili glaze, it just adds a little bit more ham flavor. So underneath, you sort of end up with this slurry of a gravy type situation, which is really delicious, because whenever I've made this, I've always got people who will come back and like scoop up the drippings underneath. Yeah, okay. So we'll just do our first basting, then we put it back in the oven and you cook it for about 45 minutes, and then you want to baste it like every 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so the skin's in, and you're just gonna add 1 cup of water to the base of the tray. So that is just going to help it not burn. So when all the glaze drips down while all the fat renders down, it all becomes this sort of gravy on the bottom. And also turn the temperature down from 200 to like 180, 170. And then, yeah, that's just so it all doesn't char on the top, because we've already charred it a little bit. Okay, this is the last basting. I just put a tiny bit of water in the glaze because it's got so thick. Oh my gosh, look at that. So back in the oven, another 10 minutes, maybe 15, and we're done. Okay guys, this is it. Removed it from the oven. Look at this. Delicious. So total cooking time was exactly 1 hour, 20 minutes in the beginning, and it was 40 minutes with the glazing. Don't forget to, don't discard this. See that? Thicken it up with some corn flour water slurry, and you've got a gravy, an amazing gravy. and serve it with that for your whatever special occasion. Thanks for watching the video, guys.